best iRacers in the business.
When we got six for real, we looking out for the opposition. We don't do this for mass appeal. Don't make me blast it still. I put in work, no Vladimir. You want me to lose, but I can't. I'ma shed like 1,000 tears. I can't do that to waste. I pull up in Mercedes. Next year you gon' see me pull up in the race.
This is gonna create fantastic racing.
When I was down bad, boy, I got on my knees and I started to pray. Now I'm breaking bread with my young vet wins. He was a part of the gang. No, now he getting paid every single day. Yeah, I was hustling. I could turn an 8 to a 28. Let me show you. 12, they can kiss my ass. Yeah, see them lights. You know I got the strap. Go right up, now he getting paid every single day. Yeah, I was hustling. I could turn an 8 to a 28. Let me show you. 12, they can kiss my ass. Yeah, see them lights. You know I got the strap. Go right, I push the.
He refuses to lose!
I do the dash, on my way to the bag, boy, you know I push the gas. Yeah, okay, my timing is critical. They know my rhyming is pivotal. Homie, the dash is digital, gas residual. Fire and smoke like I'm needing a ritual. You bet my cash is long. I hit the gas, I'm gone. Riding my wave. I've been stuck in my zone. I've been blast them all. Sliding on fate. I've been finding my ways. Grinding for days. I've been shining the hate. All of y'all wanted for praise. Stuck in a phase. Let it and turn it a blaze. Yeah, homie, you don't want to race. Nah, better to stick to your place. Yeah, want it all, I gotta taste. You push on the pedal, now I gotta skate. Yeah, all I ever know. Put me on this throne. Pinnacle. Push my buttons and that motherfucker go. What you know, what you own. Push it and I zone. Sonic booms full of room. Riding till the tomb with my goons. Smell the fumes. Y'all know what it do with the crew when we coming through. Y'all know better move, make it fast. Ain't no second chance coming for your ass.
iRacing top 10, here he comes.
Better push the gas like. I do the dash, on my way to the bag, boy, you know I push the gas.
Welcome to the Dega Boys broadcast of the Windy City 200 here in Joliet, Illinois. We are here at Chicagoland tonight, one of the most underrated tracks on the NASCAR circuit. Tonight I've got myself, Thomas. We got Jay in the booth as well. Jay, how you doing?
I'm doing great, ready to see some of the best iRacers in the business again here in the Nexus Rewind series, here at Chicagoland, one of the best tracks in the service in America. I'm excited.
Always, always, always. The best sim racers in the business, the best league on iRacing. If you're not in this, what are you doing with your life? Because it sure ain't the right way to be living life, if you ask me. But anyways, let's go over some track facts. Tonight, we've got a track temp currently of 78 degrees. We're looking at a ambient of 76. We got a humidity percentage of 31%, some clear skies, and 2-mile-an-hour winds. We've got 11 degrees of banking in the tri-oval, 18 degrees of banking in the corners, 5 degrees of banking on the backstretch, 1,700 feet back straightaway, 2,400 feet front, one quick repair, and we got a pace car speed of 65 and a pit speed limit of 50. Those are your track facts tonight. We've got a great star-studded field. We've got, just to name off a few, we've got Gwenigsman out here. We got Daniel Simmons, your superstar in the Gen 6 series. He's coming out here and testing his luck with the Gen 4 cars. We've got Dallas Seward, Rob Collier, and Terry Freer in your top 5 in practice at the moment. But don't forget about Bryson Hixenbaugh, or even Scott Mayhew. These guys, they are fast. We're going to be seeing a great race between all of these drivers tonight, taking some laps around Chicagoland. Jay, what are you expecting?
I'm expecting a fantastic race, as always, here in the Rewind series. I mean, as you noted there, Bryson Hixenbaugh, your points leader, definitely going to have a big, a lot of competition, sturdy field. LA Motorsports making their presence here with Daniel Simmons, as you've mentioned, just dominating the Motor City Cup Series right now. As well as Tim Henderson here in the chat, saying he's making his debut as well. So this is going to get exciting here tonight. Star-studded field here for the Windy City 200.
Heck yes. Tim Henderson making his debut. I apologize for missing that. But you know what? To make it up, Tim, I'm choosing you to win this race. And that's what we're going to go into next. We're going to go straight into race predictions. Tim Henderson, obviously going to be my pick. I mean, that's a no-brainer. He's fast in Gen 6. Hell, he's fast no matter where we go. He is obviously a great pick no matter where we're at, no matter what car we're in. I think Tim's going to be able to get this done tonight. He's going to keep his nose clean, and we're going to be able to see the Tim Henderson machine, the 60 car, out front. Jay, what do you got for tonight?
I'm taking the man behind the W machine himself. I'm taking Scott Mayhew Jr., running so consistent in every series this season so far. Been right on the cusp of getting a dub, and I think he gets it tonight. I think he gets the dub that he has been a long awaited for here in the Nexus Leagues. Let's go get him in the W car.
There you go. Tim, it's not a terrible pick, Tim. Tim, this is a great pick, okay? And you know what? We're going to kick it off right here by going straight into qualifying and the 60 car making a great effort and a great starting position. What do you think? I want to pick me
He
to
said
make
he wouldn't pick him to do a single lap. Tim, you're being too hard on yourself, man. You've already won in my book with the paint scheme choice here with that Haas-looking machine. I think you're gonna do some great things tonight.
All right now we've got Bryson Hixenbaugh in the 63 car, your current points leader. He's hitting the track right now. Let's just talk about this 63 machine real quick. He is fast. I mean, he is bad fast. It does not matter what track we go to. It is crazy the speed that this 63 car has week in and week out.
Yeah, just an incredible talent behind the wheel, but I think he wins before they even hit race day. He is so smart with his setups. He knows what he wants in his car. He knows what he wants for his driving style. He puts it together during the week, puts in a lot of time practicing. and then just goes and delivers on race day. Just an incredible talent, an incredible wheelman, an incredible just car engineer and setup guy here in the 63 car.
Absolutely. He is coming off of turn 4 right now to complete his first lap. We'll see if that second lap is a little quicker or not. He goes and pulls a 30.03, but Terry Freer right now has him beat by a tenth and a half. So we'll see what Bryson can do on this second lap as he completes his qualifying run.
Yeah, that was a flyer by Hixenbaugh, and Freer actually bested it. That was another great lap. And then Gwenishman goes to the top here, the 97 car. So, wow, this is a tight field. Like we said, star-studded field here tonight. Get ready for some great Nexus Rewind action.
Absolutely. Hixenbaugh. P3. Gonna chat here real quick. He's coming off a turn 4 to complete his qualifying attempt. Terry Freer's gonna beat him just a little bit to the line there. Oh, Terry's not gonna make it. Let's see what Chad can do. He bests his original time. He takes it a tenth and a half quicker than Terry.
Yeah, he's got a piece tonight. That Chad Gwenishman, we mentioned him at the top, definitely a favorite tonight to win this thing. Always fast.
Hey, Brian, how you doing, buddy? We're ready to broadcast this race to you. Hopefully provide some great actions.
Here comes your pick right here, Tom. Tim Henderson. See what kind of lap he can throw down here. Looks like he's coming to the line this time.
Starting his qualifying run now, going into turn 1. Yeah, I can see that Haas scheme. Little, you know, I don't... MS. Anyways, looks good. Looks like that's one throwback car Kurt ran with when he was still in the 41 car for that for the throwback race in Darlington. Looks really good. We'll see what Terry.
Looks really good.
Tim goes P9 at the moment. We saw the second lap be quicker though.
Yeah, as we see Daniel Simmons here move up to P2, talking to him before the race. Wasn't too optimistic about tonight. Expected to be running in the back. You know how dominant he is in Monday's Gen 6 series. Here he is already P2 on the board. Don't count him out. He's definitely going to be a factor before this is over.
Absolutely. Well, here comes Tim to finish up his qualifying run. At the same time, Daniel does too. And Daniel puts it on pole. Tim bests his time just a little bit there. Not a lot. Looks like he is in the 9th position. But right now, Daniel Simmons, provisional pole winner.
Wow, that's a flyer. I thought Chad Gwenishman's lap was going to be unbeatable, and there goes Daniel. Just tops it. As Dallas Seawart's on track now, the only guy left not to make a qualifying time here. Let's see what he can do.
Coming off of turn 4 now, we'll see what kind of lap time he can put down. He might be starting his run.
Going down that curved backstretch, very unique to this track. You can carry a lot of speed. Seems like it goes on forever.
Oh, you know what? His qualifying run's over. He had some issues.
That's a tough break. As we've noticed all season long in all series, Dallas Seward just been catching the bad end of every deal here. All the bad luck that could happen just comes to him. Wonder if he can put that past him here tonight.
Well, from the looks of it, it looks like Daniel Simmons is going to be your pole sitter for tonight. We've got, 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go, but we really don't have anybody else to qualify. So we can pretty confidently say Daniel Simmons in that 6 car is going to be your pole sitter.
Yeah, and that's a shocker to me because we've seen in the Motor City Cup Series on Mondays, been so dominant getting these race victories, doesn't really qualify too well, making his debut in the Gen 4s, and he just puts that thing right on the pole. So big shocker, especially with the confidence that he was lacking here going into this event in pre-race.
Absolutely. And, you're completely right. Daniel Simmons is a mastermind behind his setups when he runs in the Gen 6 series on Mondays. He doesn't really qualify that well, but he completely makes up for it during race runs. He always sets his car up for the long run. It's going to be very interesting, his philosophy behind this setup that he's on tonight. We possibly could see, maybe a short run car out of Daniel Simmons, maybe something that Rob Collier shoots for on a weekly basis. I don't know. I'm being thrown a curveball here with that 6 car. As we say that, we've got another competitor who joined.
Oh, nice. Okay, we're going to add to this star-studded field. Tyler Ferguson. Look at that. That's a throwback to an old Kyle Petty scheme, the 42 car. So that's pretty dope with the 44 on it.
Absolutely.
We'll have to be starting in the back most likely. Might not be able to get a qualifying time in, but that should be all right. It'll buff.
Here's Tim Henderson in the chat. He says his paint is a repro of a Carl Edwards 19 car. You know what? He's right. Sports clip.
That's true. That's
Yep.
a good call there. I didn't even think about that car.
Yep. And then we got Brian Parker. The only way to set a car up is for the long haul. And you know what? That opinion of yours, I agree with. Especially with the caliber of drivers that we have here in the field. With the lack of cautions that we have during a race, absolutely, this league right here is the epitome of how close can you get to actual real life racing. This is the step below it. With the like I said, the driver talent that we just have, the pool of just raw talent coming out of these drivers. Absolutely. That's the way to set up the car.
Hey, it looks like we have a report here from Jared down in the pit lane. What do you got? Late breaking stories before we go green here.
Well, I got a chance to catch up with our pole sitter, Daniel Simmons, and he said he was very unsure about how this is going to go. He only got about 30 minutes to kind of set up and kind of feel how his car was going to go going in this race. He's never really driven this car. Didn't think he was going to do that good at this track, but he was genuinely surprised. He says that means nothing for when the actual green flag comes, but generally surprised from Daniel Simmons for the lack of preparation he had for this race. But he's feeling still a little unsure, but he's feeling a lot better than he was about an hour ago.
That is so interesting. Thank you for that, Jared. That is so interesting to have Daniel say he is uncomfortable. That's just something I would not expect to come out of his mouth. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I'm really set back by that report there. Daniel, he just seems like he's like one of those guys like Rob Collier. It just seems like if whatever he jumps in, he's gonna be fast. He's just a real great driving talent. And the lack of preparation maybe is what's getting to him a little bit here. But I think he'll settle in here on this first run and be a factor throughout the night. It'll be fun to watch.
Absolutely. Scott Mayhew in the chat, have fun, boys. I am going to have fun. I already know I'm going to have fun. I hope you have fun tonight, Scott. We've got one pulling for you already with Jay.
We got you, Scott. Repping that W brand. Doing us proud up here in the booth. Big supporters of ours, Dubby. Make sure you get a dub or a tub. Get a tubby of Dubby. It's great stuff.
A tubby of Dubby. A Dubby of Tubby.
I kind of coined that one from Kyle Hendricks there, winner at Talladega a couple weeks ago. He said that in one of our live broadcasts. So, yeah, get a tubby of Dubby. Great flavors to choose from.
Heck yeah, man. I'm really excited about this 97 car, too. This 97 car, he's been turning up lately. He's coming to the track with some speed. We saw him with the Talladega race there. He was fast. And I know it's plate racing, but like I said during that broadcast, some people really don't give the credit that plate racing deserves. It takes skill. It takes a lot of skill.
Yeah, and he was also fast there at Dover as well, a complete other different discipline of racing compared to here and Talladega, and just ran out of laps late in that race. I think he was a very strong contender to take that win if it would have went a little longer on that final run there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That 97 car being very sporty in the past few weeks. And, you know, he could have been sporty as well before that, and he's just been caught up in bad luck, which he has been. He's been continually hitting that bad luck streak, but now it's turning around. He's finally hitting his stride, getting the luck that he needs with some good finishes.
Yeah, and once you get that momentum rolling, it's hard to slow it down, so get that going, continue it on to the next week, and it builds and builds until you finally find yourself in victory lane. Maybe tonight's the night for Chad here.
Well, already topping the boards, the 97 car. He's going to come off of turn 4 now. We'll see what kind of lap time he can put down, maybe besting it. We'll see here. I wonder how bad, tire fall off might be.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing coming into here. We didn't see too much tire fall off in the Monday Motor City Cup Series, but these are a complete different car, same surface. It'd be interesting to see how tires are here as we go through this race.
Absolutely. Well, we've got 3 minutes into this warm-up session, 2 minutes to go. After that 2 minutes, we're going to be gridding these boys up. We're going to be going green flag racing tonight for some awesome action that we will be bringing straight to your couch, your kitchen, dinner table, handheld device, whatever it may be. I suggest y'all buckle up because it's going to be a good time.
Wow, Chad Gwenishman and Terry Freer, I just want to note here in this warm-up, they both ran the exact same lap time. If that doesn't show you how competitive this field is, I don't know what does. These guys are the best in the business, and they will prove it to you tonight again, like they always do. Just awesome series. Great racing we're about to see tonight, especially at Chicagoland. One of the best tracks, most underrated tracks in all of motorsports.
It really is, and it's a real... it's really unfortunate that, we don't go there anymore. Instead, we get this Chicago street race, whatever that's going to be.
Yeah, my opinion's definitely on the other side of that end of that conversation, so.
Mine's redacted.
Fair enough.
All right. We're going to be gearing up here. We got 30 more seconds left in this. Following along with Tim Henderson at the moment. The 29 car in front of him and the 86 in front of him. In fact, let's just show a little bit of spotlight here on Jonathan Golden. We hit a milestone today, and I think I will give the honors to Jay to go ahead and talk about this.
Yeah, I would just like to thank everybody here, from everybody at the Dega Boys Broadcasting Network. There's a lot of other people here behind the scenes you don't really hear from, but we all are a collective unit. We've just kind of chasing our dream. We all love racing. We love motorsports, and we just want to share that with the world, bringing it to you guys through broadcasting, which has been a big dream of mine and Tom's for a very long time. And we are finally fulfilling our dream of being able to do this and bring this to you. And thank you, everybody, so much for all your support and tuning in and watching all of our content. And we can't do this without you guys. We really appreciate it. 100 subs. There we go.
And who's our 100th sub?
That would be Jonathan Golden.
Jonathan
here,
Golden.
My bad. I didn't mention that. Yes. 100 subs. So big shout out to Jonathan Golden. Thanks for helping us hit that milestone. Thanks to him and everybody else that has subbed to our channel.
Absolutely. Dallas Seward in the chat. No texting and driving, Scott. Oh, Scott. You breaking them rules, boy. David Davis. Man, a hand injury. We love seeing you out there on the track. Can't you just drive with one? Oh, you use the other one for that's your beer hand.
Texting. Oh.
You can't drive with one hand and not have a beer hand.
Looks like we're gridded up now here, Tom. Maybe we should go through
I'm getting too excited here. Hey, look at this. Daniel Simmons on pole tonight in the 6 car. And Chad Gwenigsman, 97 car, starting P2.
Starting third here is Terry Freer in that 46 car with Bryson Hicksonbaugh, your points leader in the 63.
Rob Collier starting 5th in the 02 car with Scott Mayhew Jr. in the 29 car, starting 6th.
Starting 7th is Steven Dowden in the 09 car with Justin French in the 03, starting 8th.
In 9th place, we've got Tim Henderson. That's just my pick. He's going to do great tonight in that 60 car. Jonathan Golden, our 100th subscriber, in that 86 car, starting 10th.
Starting 11th, Dallas Seward in the 38 car. And starting 12th, Terry Ferguson in the number 44 car.
And there you guys have it. That is your starting grid, your top 12 for tonight. We're going to be having Daniel Simmons lead the field. And look at this. We got Jared's here. Going to help us call this race a little bit.
Did Jared have a late race breaking story here before we go green?
Well, I just got a quick word on the tire fall off. The drivers are expecting about a 2.5 to 2 second tire fall off. So depending on how they're driving their car, they might lose the right front or the right rear. So
good info there as we take the green flag with Daniel Simmons getting a great restart. He's going to be able to get ahead of the 97. The 97 now, side by side with the 46 going into turn 1, looking like Bryson Hicksonbaugh, taking it 3 wide, possibly off of turn 2, no, but he's side by side with the 97, it looks like, going down the back straightaway.
As we're still side by side here for a second, we got Chad on the bottom, Terry in the 46 up on the outside. Who's that rim riding? Is that your points leader, Bryson Hicksonbaugh? He's trying to challenge Chad here for second, or for third, actually.
Side by side still with that 97 car going into turn 1 right now. You see that 63 just ripping that outside wall. He's trying to find all the speed he can. He learned a lot from the previous race. Probably watched a lot of footage there. Going down the back straightaway right now, he clears the 97.
Bryson still on the outside, rim riding, as Tom says, still on the outside of Terry Freer. He's going for second now across the line. Can he make it happen? It looks like he's still going to stay side by side going into 1.
Unbelievable stuff we're watching right now out of the 63. We haven't seen anybody that high or in that race lane. He's above the top seam right now going through 1 and 2. He's getting such a good run going down the back straightaway. It's unmatched. Nobody can beat him down the straightaways at the moment. And the 63 is still rim riding on the top wall in through 3 and 4.
Coming across the line, Daniel Simmons has led every lap so far. Now Bryson Hicksonbaugh up into second. Can he run down your leader, Daniel Simmons? We're side by side for third. Chad on the bottom, Terry on the top. Who prevails off of 2?
Yep, look at that. The drivers are now learning something from the 63. We got Rob Collier behind him as well. He's going up there towards the wall. Finding a lot of speed, trying to get around that 29 car at the moment as the 46 and 97 are still side by side as Daniel Simmons still is leading this race, but here comes Hicksonbaugh.
Hicksonbaugh straight to the top on the outside. Can he make it happen on the outside? He's going to get a lot of momentum, a great run down the back. He's going to pull right to the bumper of Simmons. Does he go back to the top to Simmons' defend, or does he let him have it? He goes back to the top into turn 3. We got a side-by-side battle for the lead now. Hicksonbaugh versus Simmons.
Off of turn 4 now, Hicksonbaugh with that unarguable massive amount of speed. He leads this lap of lap 5. Going into turn 1 now, the 63, your new leader.
Bryson Hicksonbaugh is making it happen on the outside line. By big money Daniel Simmons. Now Terry Freer clears Chad up into third. He's going to set his sights on Simmons now as he takes it to the top, following that line that Bryson Hicksonbaugh has kind of trailblazed here early on.
Absolutely. You can see drivers following suit now of riding that top line. We'll see who else can follow. and do the same that the 63 car is doing.
Yeah, Terry Freer gained a lot of ground there. Going into one, he's on the bumper now of Daniel Simmons. Where does he take his run? He's probably going to go back to the top. He's been ripping it. Maybe Daniel adjusts his line. No, he goes to the bottom. We're going to go side by side here for second with Terry Freer on the outside of Daniel Simmons off of fourth.
Right now, we've got a pretty good race going here for second right now with the 46 and the 6, but the rest of the field getting spread out at the moment. Oh, the 46 is in the wall. He's going to lose a position to the 97 as he was side by side with the 6. He might lose another position to Rob Collier. Rob Collier looking to make this pass going into turn 3.
My Little Pony car to the bottom of Terry Freer for fourth. Here comes Showtime. He wants to mix it up with these front runners. He's going to get right to the bumper of Terry Freer, loses a little bit of momentum off of 4. He's going to follow him down the front stretch. Where does he take the run going into 1?
It's still looking like he's using that bottom lane. It just doesn't have the speed like the top lane does at the moment. It's looking like that top lane right there is just absolute king. We'll see what the O2 can do to get around the 46 with that data.
As it looks like now we see Chad on the bumper of Daniel Simmons. Where does he take his run? This is getting exciting up here at the front. These guys are mixing it up. The fast comers are coming to the lead. Although Daniel Simmons hasn't lost that much time to Bryson Hixenbaugh. He's only pulled about 6/10 on him now going down the back.
The 97 getting right up to the 6. Going into turn 3 now. That 6 still electing not to go all the way to the bottom, but he's a half a lane up. But the 97 that time around electing to go to the bottom. He lost a little bit of time there going across the start-finish line now. We'll see what the 97 does going through turn 1.
Oh, Chad's going to take it to the top now. He's going to start rim riding off of 2. He's gaining a lot of ground on Big Money Daniel Simmons here down the back. Oh, Daniel throws a little bit of a block down the back. Chad's going to go back to the outside, side by side for second. Chad versus Daniel now. Looks like Chad's going to clear him off of 4.
Just a great move by that 97. He has the... Oh, Rob Collier's in the wall coming off of turn 4. He keeps it straight. He's going to lose a lot of time here, though. Scott Mayhew looking like to set up a pass in turn 1. They are side by side right now. We'll see what the O2 can do. He's rim riding. The 29 has nothing for him. That outside lane just stupid fast at the moment.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that damage affected him too much as he's still staying with these front runners here. Scott Mayhew Jr. is now surfacing to the lead. Terry Freer working the outside, trying to find a way around Daniel Simmons. Oh, it looked like he might have got a little wall contact off of 4. It was close. He's going to stay behind Daniel Simmons here going into 1.
Just a dominant driver here in this 6 car in another Nexus Sim Racing League. He's running P3 right now in one of his debut races for this Gen 4 league. But he's doing a great job. He already won pole. I mean, we know he has some sort of speed with that car. Maybe just a little bit of an adjustment with the next pit stop as we see Scott Mayhew get into the wall off of 4. But maybe just a little bit of more adjustment for this 6 car and he can be competing with Hixenbaugh.
Yeah, that's a great point. He's always been in the Monday series, him and his teammate Jamie having that long run speed. I wonder if that's what he's going for tonight as we expect a lot of long runs here. As now Collier is all over the back of Freer, giving him a whole lot of time. Oh, as Freer's in the wall going into 3. He's going to lose that spot to Collier. He saves it off of 4. Great wheel work there out of Freer. Oh, as they both make contact again. Freer is all out of shape here coming across the tri-oval.
Unfortunately, just grabbing a little bit of right side damage there. I assume that the O2 has the same amount due to him getting in contact with the wall as well. But I want to spotlight this guy right here, right now. He is 2/10 quicker than the leader. He is slowly chipping into that lead that Bryson has. And look, he's not even running the bottom, or he is running a bottom lane or half a lane up. And he's matching times faster than our leader right now, who's rim riding close to that wall.
Yeah, he's cut that gap down to 0.3 of a second here. He's running a way different line than Bryson is here. It looks like he's going to gain a little bit more here. Does Bryson get enough of a run down the back to leg him? Doesn't look like it. It's down to 0.2 of a second here down the back.
He just loses a little bit of time on the straightaways due to, Bryson getting a great run off of the exit of the corner due to his position on track. But you can already see he's slowly cutting into that time right there. And in time, with more laps being put down, he's going to catch him. And it's going to be a great race for the lead.
Yeah, he gained another 10th that time by. He's going to close up even closer down the back. Chad is coming to the front. His car is coming alive here on this run. Here comes Chad to the bottom.
I think that what the 97 is doing right here, right now, is just unprecedented. Nobody is running that bottom lane like he is, and he's catching the leader who's right next to the wall. Look, he's the lowest car out of everybody going through 1 and 2 right now, and he is gaining time on the leader. That is just unprecedented right now.
Yeah, looks like he's entering a little wider than he was earlier. He might have found something there in that middle groove, really cutting that time down now. He's going to get right near the bumper, 1 car length behind your leader, Hixenbaugh now. Can he use the draft here going into 1? Maybe cut a little bit of that nose air down.
I like to go on board with our Dega Boys camera for a lap with the 97 car as he tries to get side by side with this 63. Oh, has he got the clutch in? He does! He's holding the clutch in. He's saving fuel already on lap 19. He's got something in mind.
Yeah, especially this early in a run, and he's still gaining on him, even trying to save fuel. This is great race. Heads up driving out of this 97 car with Chad.
This is crazy. I mean, he's just as fast or faster than the leader right now, and he's pushing the clutch in. He's saving fuel. What an unbelievable amount of just talent that we're seeing right now out of this 97 car.
Oh, he gets real close to Hixenbaugh now. I don't think he's really trying to push the issue. Like you said, pushing in the clutch, saving gas. I don't think he really wants to lead this race.
He gets such a good entrance to turn 1 and 3. He gains so much time to that 63 car. Look at that. He is already to the back bumper of the 63.
We're just seeing some fantastic racing. He's side by side now with Hixenbaugh. Hixenbaugh should be able to get a good enough run off the corner to maintain.
Oh, he makes contact with the wall! Big news
wild.
here. Now they're side by side. They're going into turn 1. The 97 takes the lead.
Wow, just incredible. You saw that coming. He was just gaining time after time. Hixenbaugh made a little bit of a mistake, probably looking in the mirror. Chad's going to take the lead here down the back, continue to lead. Does Hixenbaugh have anything to come back at him here? Goes right back to the wall.
What? This is awesome. This is the stuff we love broadcasting to you guys. We've proven it now that the 97 is trying to save fuel, starting what we found out at lap 19, and he caught the leader. He has passed the leader, and he is continuing to lead this race while pushing the clutch in. That is just unheard of.
He has a rocket ship tonight. That Sharpie car is fine point and going, baby. Let's do this thing. He is on the bottom, just saving fuel, and Hixenbaugh really doesn't have much to come back at him after that little bit of contact with the wall off of floor.
Just some great racing we're seeing right now between the 63 and 97. Just unbelievable stuff out of the 97 right now. Chad Gwenigsman, my hat's off to you, sir. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, this is one of these types of races that he's putting together right now that you look back on as a career-defining race. We saw Rob Collier at Richmond put his career-defining race together. Is this Chad's time to shine? Here he is leading here. Lap 25 is beginning now.
Well, through the field right now, we've got Chad Gwenigsman in first. We've got the 63 car of Bryson Hixenbaugh in second. We got Daniel Simmons in the 6 car in third right now with Rob Collier right behind him in that 02 car. Between the 4th place and 5th place car, which will round out our top 5, there's a considerable gap. And that 29 car right now doing a great job to hold on to that 5th place position with Terry Freer behind him, Jonathan Golden behind him. We saw a really unprecedented move between these two. Justin French looking like he's getting around the 09 car. This is a good battle going on right now.
That's a great run right here by Steven Doughton. Really putting it together, running here in the top 10. This is a great performance by that Mopar car there with Steven Doughton.
So you see Tim Henderson here. He's got some fresh tires. We do have a report with Tyler Ferguson. It looks like he had a little bit of a accident there. He is out of this race. Dallas Seward, 5 laps down. He is on pit lane right now. Oh, he's got lots of damage. No caution. And then we got Tim Henderson. He is 2 laps down, possibly getting some damage or spinning out or something. Unfortunately, he is 2 laps down. But we still got a long race ahead of us. We got 133 laps. Or, now we've got 105 laps to go with these Gen 4 cars here in Chicagoland.
Yeah, as we're seeing a good separation here. The front 4 cars kind of checked out from the field, kind of surfacing to the front. Your dominant cars here early on. As we know that Chad's saving fuel, I wonder if anybody else in that line is also saving, prepping for a later race run here coming up later in this run.
Absolutely, though. We're seeing the 63 car get back up to the 97. He's going to get a great run going down the back straightaway here. He's already getting real close to his rear bumper. We'll see in the next few laps what this 63 car elects to do.
Whoa, Hicksonbaugh got real wide going into turn 3 there. Looked like he was getting close to the wall. He's making another charge back at Chad here. I think he's going to have something for him going into 1. Chad's going to kind of play a little defensive on entrance. Bryson's going to take it right back to the top. He's going to get a great run down the back. We might have a battle.
Absolutely. Look at that. The 63 car on the rear bumper of the 97. The 97 going into turn 3 now. He's electing to run his normal line. So does the 63. The 63, we know, is going to get a great run down the front straightaway, and he is going to get side by side with him going across the start finish line now. The 97 leads that lap, but going into turn 1, the 63 is going to have a little bit of an advantage.
Bryson Hicksonbaugh on the outside, proving why he's the points leader, going back at Chad. He wants to lead back here on lap 31, and he's going to clear him down the back. New leader, Bryson Hicksonbaugh.
We saw Justin French. He is down pit road right now. He might have a little bit of damage. We're going to continue to look at this battle for first place right now. We'll see in a little bit what kind of damage he possibly got. We don't know yet, but we'll let this cycle just for a little bit longer. We'll go look at Justin French when this is over.
Yeah, as it looks like Dallas Seward's still on pit road as well. He must be assessing all that damage. There's currently 8 cars on the lead lap here as Bryson Hicksonbaugh continues to lead over Chad, Daniel Simmons, and Collier in 4th. Here comes Henderson, though. He's going to try and get one of his laps back the old-fashioned way. He's already caught this lead pack.
I'm curious to know if the 63 car is maybe saving a little fuel. Let's go on board with the Dega Boys camera. The 63 car. From the sounds of it, going into turn 3, he's not pushing the clutch in. See what he does in turn 1 here. No, not a lot of fuel saving being done by the 63 car. Still know that 97, though, he is pushing in the clutch. This is probably a more preferred position that he'd rather be in. He's got that draft coming off of the 63. He can save a little bit more fuel there because of the draft and the dirty air that he is getting off of that 63 car. So we'll see what the 97 can do continuing this run.
Yeah, that's a great point. At this part of the race, you're most likely just racing your strategy in the track than racing other people. There's really no need to push the issue this early in the run, especially when you're in fuel save mode, as now Henderson has cleared Daniel Simmons, move him into the third running position on track relative to the leaders. Still 2 laps down, trying to get one of them back the old-fashioned way.
Just like how you had to do it with the Gen 4 racing, or Gen 4 cars, sorry. As we see, Dallas Seward now, he's coming back out on track. He's got a brand new car. See what he can do with that. Tim Henderson, though, continuing. Oh, he got into the wall a little bit there. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, he's pushing hard, trying to get that lap back. He might have got up a little too far out of the groove, tagged a little bit of the wall. Looks like the damage isn't significant. Maybe he can rebound and maybe track these leaders down here.
I mean, he's currently, you know, a whole second and a tenth quicker than your leaders. He was only 3/10 slower that time by and making contact with the wall. So, you know, those new tires, they mean a lot when we're witnessing it right now. So, I mean, this is some great data for all of the drivers on track to be looking at right now in terms of, do you short pit? Do you short pit your strategy? You short pit in the 63, the 97, trying to get back out in front of them, maybe give them a little bit of dirty air and try to keep them behind you, as we now see the 60 car getting around the 97.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think the first one you're going to see down pit road is going to be that 02 car of Rob Collier. We've noticed that he is short pitted just about every single race so far this season, and he's not currently running in a spot that he is preferred to be in. Kind of losing a little bit of ground to your leaders here. 3 seconds back. I would see him being maybe that first guy you see on pit road here.
There you have it. We've got Dallas Seward up here too. I don't think he's trying to push the issue too much as he gets around Daniel Simmons there. He's going to try to get a lap back as well. Now see Tim Henderson racing with Justin French there. Oh, excuse me, that's not Justin French. That's our leader. He gets his lap back the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, that was a great job by him, as now Steven Doughton has gone a lap down, so now he's going to have to get by that 09 car to put himself in that preferable lucky dog position. See if he can do it.
He's still got the speed, man. He is real fast at the moment. That time by, even with passing the leader just a half a second quicker, he's definitely going to be able to pull a little bit of a faster lap time this time by. We'll see. Now Justin French, he gets around the leader as well. He is 2 laps down currently, but just continue. And look at that. Look at the call you made. Absolutely. Rob Collier coming down first.
I knew it was coming. Here he comes, lap 41. Now, this might play into the hand of him if the leaders do not decide to come, but I think that they will probably follow him down pit lane, as you see Terry Freer behind him also on pit lane, both deciding to short pit the leaders.
All right, well, we will monitor that situation as we go back to Bryson. He's coming down to pit road as well. Chad Gwenigsman, he is going to take control of this race. We saw him pushing in the clutch. He's going to go far. He's pushing in the clutch again. You can hear it right there. So the 97 had fuel on his mind since as far back as we know as lap 19. We're on lap 42 right now. He could probably go a couple more laps than everybody else.
Yeah, that's a great point. He's probably going to play maybe it'd be a tough one, but we saw a few guys try the single stop strategy there at Richmond. I guess one guy, Matt Yost, didn't quite work out. Wonder if he's going to try something like that. That'd be a bold strategy, though.
Sometimes it's the bold that wins. Daniel Simmons on pit road now.
Yeah, so all the leaders besides Gwenishman have pitted within a 2-lap cycle here, as Mayhew Jr. is now coming to pit lane. So that'll pretty much do your front runners on the lead lap are all make pit stop now. That leaves Golden and Gwenishman, the only 2 that have not made a pit stop yet.
We'll continue to monitor this as well. Chad now basically putting everybody up to third place, second place now. Here comes Golden. Golden's probably going to go a lap down too. Tim Henderson getting into the wall there again.
Yeah, this is a big moment of the race right here for Chad and for Tim. Tim's going to try and stretch this out as long as he can. Pray for a caution to get his lap back.
Oh, the 97's going around. He might as well come to
Sideways.
pit road. Come to pit road. What an absolute golden horseshoe this guy had. He goes and spins out right in front of pit lane, and now he's going down pit lane. It works out.
That was insane. I don't know how he saved it. It looked like he was far gone.
That was almost as epic as the 2004 run that Kurt Busch had at Homestead when he almost hit the sand barriers coming down pit road at Homestead. Put this on the iRacing top 10. What a way to save your race.
Yeah, that was insane. Let's see where he blends out. As Hixenbaugh got the lead now over Collier. Hixenbaugh goes by. He's going to have a big-time lead over Chad here. But
Yeah.
Chad's going to have newer tires.
Yeah, but Chad was also saving fuel, and he was probably giving up some lap time for that. But in the long run, Chad's going to be able to go a lot further than everybody else. He could make this a two-stop strategy. While everybody else might be worrying about fuel at the end of this race, Chad is going to be good. But that is also only contended on this race going green the whole way.
Yeah, exactly. He kind of puts himself in a box. Everybody else is going super aggressive strategy. Now he's kind of in a box, right? He's at the two-stop, can't get a caution at the wrong time. We saw that benefit Justin Poole last race there at Richmond, where he was able to work the extra stop in and be different than the leaders. It worked out in his favor. Let's see if it works out in Chad's, doing the opposite, doing a two-stop while everybody else might be doing a three.
We also just got a report on pit road. Dallas Seward out of his number 38 vehicle, out of the race at the moment.
Oh, as Mayhew has lost a lap during that pit sequence there. Must have had some issues on that pit stop because he was running P5 there before that pit sequence. Now behind your leader Hixenbaugh, one lap down.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He grabs a little bit of wall there, unfortunately. But that's okay. We still got a lot more laps to go. This 29 gonna have an opportunity, though, I feel like, to get back up there and be able to contend for a win, hopefully, at the end of this race. But let's look at this real quick. We've got the 63 here. He just pulled a 3.6 second gap over Rob Collier. Rob Collier, he pitted 5th. He also pitted a little bit sooner than everybody else. So those new tires doing him some good work. He's got, 2.2 seconds to third place right now of Daniel Simmons. I think the real winner here at the moment, Rob Collier.
Yeah, that's a great point. I was also going to mention Stephen Doughton's running 5th. He pitted like 3 or 4 laps before even Collier did. And look how that played out for him. He's already gained 3 positions on track, up to 5th now. So great strategies being played out here.
Yeah, absolutely. That 09 not having a good amount of luck at the beginning of this race. But if you just keep your head down and continue to think that you can get back up there and not let anything else get you down, you can be in a position like the 09 car is right now, currently racing in the top 5.
Yeah, then we got to talk about your big losers here, right? I think you got to look at the 97 car. Definitely lost a little bit of time with the fuel save and then the spin coming to pit road. And then also Mayhew Jr., who was running 6th before that sequence, and now he finds himself a lap down. So we got a couple winners and a couple losers on that first round of pit stops. But like you said, long race, things can change fast.
Absolutely. That 29 car, we don't necessarily know what happened to him. He wasn't a lap down before those pit sequences. He is a lap down now. But you see the leader in front of him right there as he goes and laps Justin French of that 03 car. But we'll see here. Scott's just a little bit slower than the leader right now. But Scott's got to find something to get back to him and get his lap back the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, but he has that fortunate position to be in the first car lap down. So as long as Golden or Freer back there and 6th and 7th don't go a lap down, and he catches a timely caution, he'll be right back in this race. He's just got to watch out for Henderson, who's playing kind of a long shot strategy here to try and get his way back to the lead lap. So some great stuff brewing here at the tail end of the lead lap to being 1 lap down to the lead. Just great strategies all around here.
Absolutely. As now we see the 63 car increasing that gap to 2nd place. Now it's 4.7. And he's just continuing to go on a tear. Look at this. Chad now in a battle with Daniel Simmons.
Yeah, Chad's on a fly now. One makes you wonder what kind of fuel save mode he's in. Daniel's the 3rd. He can see Collier rush right up the road from him. Maybe he can go get Collier next. See if he can start cutting down that lead to Hixenbaugh.
Absolutely, this race coming out to be more of a strategy race. We're seeing now the 97. He is the fastest in the field right now. He's a 10th quicker than first place. We'll let him cross the line here, and we'll see the updated lap. Wow, he's 4/10 quicker than the leader right now. 5/10 quicker than Rob Collier. 4/10 quicker than the guy behind him. This 97 car, it's just on rails right now.
Yeah, he's incredibly fast in this race. It's just wild. Is that right on the scoring monitor? Is Tim Henderson out of this race? I saw him make a pit stop. Did he retire?
Oh no, yeah, he did.
We gave him that announcer's jinx here.
Let's go back and see what happened here. Oh, looks like he's got some right side damage. His car may have just taken too much damage to continue this run. We saw him hit the wall a couple times here. He's going down pit road. Unfortunate to the 60 car tonight. We'll see if maybe he can fix that and come back out.
Wow. Gwenishman, he's closed that gap to Collier. He's right there. This is getting heated up here for 2nd between Chad and Rob. Looks like Chad's going to just drive it in deep on the bottom. He's got a little bit fresher tires. He's going to take it side by side down the back. Looks like Chad is going to clear him going into 3 here. Move him up to P2.
Chad was 5/10 quicker than Rob that last time by. We're going to be seeing a new player come in. Unfortunately, the 97 car has a 5.5 second gap to first place. But over the course of this run, I think he can do it.
Yeah, I think he can do it too. It's consistently running faster lap times. We know he's been saving fuel. We know that that's his strategy, playing the long game. Still faster than your leader while saving fuel in that first run. It makes you wonder if he's still saving fuel or if he's in full push mode now.
Well, how about we go on board with this 97 car and see the type of line he takes, what his throttle inputs look like for you, the Dega Boys camera. There you go. He is pushing in the clutch. He already has the long run in mind. I think Chad has the strategy to beat right now. He's pushing in the clutch, and he's half a second quicker than the leader.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you nailed it. I think he is on the strategy. And I think that spin to pit lane, I don't know if that was an intentional pit stop he was going to make and made a mistake, or if he just spun it and was lucky enough to spin into pit lane. Either way, I think it played out in his favor here as he's still saving fuel and running fast.
What could be right now if he didn't spin on the exit of 4, I don't think we'll ever know. But at this point right now, that 97 car has turned around probably the worst part of his race to really go in his favor. And this 97 car already thinking about the long run and still continuing to push in the clutch. And look, he's still reaching 194 going into turn 1.
Yeah, he's flying. He just cut down another 2/10 that lap. He's cutting them 10ths down rapidly right now. He is on a charge towards Hixenbaugh. Makes you wonder if Hixenbaugh maybe is saving a little.
Let's go and look and see what the 63 car is doing. I do want to point out that the 97 car has already gained 1.2 or taken away 1.2 seconds off that lead. Now we hear the 63 not pushing in the clutch going into turn 1. It might be a different story going into turn 3.
Oh, he almost grabbed the wall there off of 2. He's getting real close to that wall. He's getting risky for being your leader here with that big of a lead.
Absolutely. And not pushing in the clutch for Bryson Hixenbaugh. Chad slowly still eating into that lead there that he has. That time around, 0.3 quicker.
Yeah, this is turning into a race of absolute strategy here. Is now we got a pit stop wrench. He's already 2 laps down. Maybe scheduled, maybe not. Don't see a lot of damage on his car.
We'll see here. It looks pretty clean to me. He might be just on a very radical strategy versus everybody else. That 97 car is still pushing in the clutch. You can hear it there going into turn 1. He was a 10th quicker than the leader that time by. Still a 10th quicker, and he's pushing in the clutch. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's unreal what he's been able to do so far through this race. I wonder if he can keep it up with the consistency. I mean, that's a really devoted strategy. Takes a lot of concentration and a lot of focus to keep it going while saving fuel and trying to cut that gap. Just an incredible drive he's putting on here tonight.
Absolutely. As we now see Justin French in that 03 car. He's getting out of that machine and out of this race at the moment. And as I say that, Stephen Downton coming down pit road. Be making a pit stop here.
As we just hit the halfway mark in this race, so we have just crested, or we're closing in on the halfway mark. This race is just getting exciting here. Stephen Doughton, like I said the first time, the first guy to make a pit stop in the first sequence. Here he comes again.
There you have the 09 making a pit stop right now. He's putting tires on it. We'll see how this battle, not really battle, but how the 97 is doing catching this 63. That last time by, a 10.5 quicker. Just continually eating into that run. Since he overtook the second place position, he's almost cut that lead down by 2 seconds. That is on track time, 2 seconds, and that man's pushing the clutch in.
Yeah, this is insane. He's got it down to 3.8 now. Just closing as he's closing in on the back of Mayhew. He's still trying to get his lap back, just running as consistent as he can. As you can see Bryson in front of him. He's not that far up the road here from Chad.
No, not at all. We'll see what the 97 can do, though, trying to get around this 29. We'll see here going through 1 and 2 right now. The 97 always, I think that the 97 is one of the best cars on the entrance of these corners. You can always see him just diving it really deep in there and making up a lot of time and not losing a lot on the exit. So you see now the 97 side by side with the 29. He's looking to complete this pass coming off of turn 4.
Oh, Mayhew grabs a little bit of wall. Looks like he saves it as Chad's going to make this move here on the inside line. Mayhew's showing him a lot of respect. That's one thing I do love about this series. These guys race each other hard, but they race each other with a lot of respect as well.
One of the best aspects of this league is not only the respect between the drivers, but also the camaraderie that these guys have. I mean, we can sit here for hours after the race talking with these guys. These guys they just love to race. And this is what we're witnessing right now. Just a great run by these cars, especially the 97 and the 63. Really, your top 4 are running a great race right now.
And these drivers do know how hard it is to win these races. These are some of the hardest races in all of iRacing to win here. So to get one of these wins means so much. They show a lot of respect to the guys running up front.
Look at that in the top 5. We got Jonathan Golden. Oh, Rob's coming down pit road.
Well, that confirms the 3-stop strategy we were expecting here with this pit stop. So here comes Rob, which means we should be seeing your race leader Hixenbaugh here real shortly if it goes to plan.
Well, he's on the bottom right now. Looks like he's going to go into the pits. He does. Your leader's in the pits right now. This is huge news. This is what Chad wants. Chad is trying to make this a 2-stop strategy. I believe everybody else planning for a 3-stopper.
Yeah, this is some big news here. As you see, Freer's in pit lane as well. He was in fear of going a lap down there as well. Looks like he'll stay in front of Bryson, see what kind of pit stop he gets.
Watch this at the moment as our leader currently has a 4-second gap to Daniel.
It's like Steven Doughton got by him for get one of his laps back, so move Steven back up the running order.
Go back to Terry real quick. Terry does stay ahead of the 63. We got Daniel Simmons down pit road.
This is pretty much a mirror image of that first round of pit stops. They each pitted 1 lap after each other, so here comes Daniel.
I think Chad, he could probably, I mean, he pitted on lap 45, right? Or somewhere around there. I mean, he can go to at least lap 90 with him continuing to push in the clutch and the fuel-saving tactics that he has. He goes to lap 90. He's got a 40-some-odd lap run. I mean, he can do it.
Yeah, I think he could do it as well because these other guys are going to have to pit with about 15 to go if it stays the way it's been going. So him going back on 1 stop, this is getting very interesting. I love strategy races. I would love to see this play out to the end.
Yeah, there you go. His last pit stop was lap 44. So at least lap 88 he can go. He's continuing to save fuel. We could even see that stretch out even further.
Yeah, this is getting very intense. I wonder if Golden's on the same strategy he's on because Golden last pitted on lap 43 and he's still on the track. So this is getting very exciting here.
Absolutely. It sure is. We're seeing some great strategy right now. I mean, Chad's basically just got everybody, a lap down at the moment. Here we go. We got Jonathan Golden 19.5 seconds behind him. Here comes the 63 right now. You can see him behind the 97. Bryson, he's going to try to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. He's going to do it without any competition. The 97, obviously, we know, saving a little bit of fuel. He's got way older tires than him. The 97 on a completely different strategy than the 63 right now.
Yeah, and I would say it's kind of a bold strategy, right? Going against the grain of the field here. You got to be thinking, I mean, what is he thinking, I guess, is where I'm going at with this. Like, does he think this is going to work? He must. He's got it planned. He's staying to it and executing it perfectly. This is shaping out to be a great finish here.
Absolutely. I think it's awesome. I mean, we're seeing mixed bag of strategies here. Well, not really. We're seeing everybody against the 97. Except, well, Jonathan Golden, too. Jonathan's on the same strategy as Gwenigsman here. But basically, the whole field versus these 2 cars. These 2 cars have potential to have a really good finish if we can keep this green flag for the rest of the time.
Oh, Freer's in the wall hard there right in front of your race leader, Chad. He rode that wall all the way through the corner. He pulls it off, no caution. It looks like he'll be fine. Significant right side damage, though.
Yeah, that's not what Chad wants to see at all. Chad wants to see this thing go green to the end. The 46, though, having great car control to keep that car straight, even after he's making contact and all the damage he already has. Showing a great display of driver talent.
Yeah, it's just intriguing to see how, like, your 2 most dominant cars, for the most part, all race on 2 opposite strategies. I keep watching the lap times because Hixenbaugh's on full charge right now, knowing he has to make another pit stop to make it to the end. He's cut that gap down to 25 seconds from being a lap down, so he is charging fast. Still got some pace in his car.
Yep, he right now is just over 1.5 seconds quicker per lap than Chad Gwenigsman at the moment. Jonathan Golden, who's on the same strategy as Chad.
Fear's in the grass. Fear's around through the grass, and he's gonna make it to pit road. No caution. Oh no, he slams into the inside wall. Is this gonna bring out a yellow?
Oh, he toes. He toes. I think the 46 car may be done. I don't see a caution at all. The race is still green.
Wow, that was a big moment there for Chad's strategy. You know he was praying he was going to hang on to that car. As now Collier's closing into the back of his lap as well.
Still, Bryson Hixenbaugh, he is continuing that speed that he has. He is he's still a second and a half quicker per lap than Chad. Chad's losing all this time right now, but he only has to make one more pit stop. Right, a pit sequence for these cars, we're spending just around 15 seconds in the pit box. You got a pit road speed of 50 miles an hour, and then you got to get your car slowed down for the pit stop, and then you have to accelerate at the exit. You're not at speed. And in the meantime, Chad's going to be at speed. So he's going to be gaining a ton of ground during these pit cycles. We still haven't seen the complete pit cycle. As we see now, Bryson Hixenbaugh getting around Jonathan Golden there. Jonathan in P3 at the moment. I don't know what to expect. I think this is probably one of the most interesting races we've ever got to call, Jay.
Yeah, this is very intriguing. It makes me wonder, though, if when he makes that final pit stop, is he going to have to continue to fuel save to make it to the end? Will he not be able to push full bore? Lots of answers to be found out here as we see Mayhew make another pit stop. He is also on that 3-stop. Does this open the 3-stop window back up?
We'll definitely find out. We are coming up to the pit window, though, of the 97 car. As we see now the 6 car of Daniel Simmons trying to work his way around him. The 97 is not going to battle at all. That is very smart of the 97. He doesn't want to mess around with anybody too much. He just wants to run his race right now, trying to hit consistent and fast lap times. At the moment, Bryson Hixenbaugh's tires have fallen off so much that now he's only a second quicker per lap. This is great news. This is what Chad wants, right? Chad wants Bryson to slow down so he can go into his pit box, get new tires, and be the fastest car on track for the next 15 laps. Gain all that time back, and then it's going to get good because Bryson's going to have to pit to make it to the end of the race, and Chad's not going to have to.
Yeah, exactly. As now we see Golden, he has made his pit stop now. So he pitted one lap earlier than your race leader, Chad. So we're interested to see if Chad makes his pit stop here soon.
It's coming up to the time. We saw that Chad pitted on lap 44, so he's definitely going to be able to make it to lap 88. He has been fuel saving this whole time. I mean, every time we go into the corner, you can hear it on the broadcast. He is pushing in the clutch. See the 97 now getting by the 86. The 86 on pit exit after completing his stop. So you can see how long it takes to get a pit cycle through. See right here, it's lap 87. He does not come in. He's coming to the completion of lap 87 at the moment. We'll see what the 97 does this lap.
So based upon my math, I just calculated it out. If he's to pit this lap by, he'll have this race split exactly into 3 even segments with the 2 pit stops in between. So this could be the lap we see your leader come down pit road. Unless he saved enough fuel to go even longer, which, I mean, if you have, you might as well, right? And then have less laps on those tires at the end of the run. So the window is open right now for him to make it to the doing the strategy he is pulling.
Another thing to note here right now, Bryson Hixenbaugh only 15 seconds behind Chad. So all that time he made up was a considerable amount of time. We'll see what Chad can do getting back out on track after he makes his pit stop. It looks like he's going in right now. Yep, the 97 on pit road right now with Hixenbaugh only 15 seconds behind him.
Yep, there it is. That'll split it into 3 even segments here for Chad, as Bryson had that cut down under 15 seconds, so he's definitely going to have probably a 29 second lead. It's going to be close to being on the lead lap here for Chad, but fresh tires, he's going to be flying.
We see the 97 in the pit box right now, right side up in the air. They are changing tires. We'll see. I mean, obviously he's going to take 4 tires, full fuel. See how good of a stop he gets. Pulled a 14, excuse me, looking at the wrong one, a 15.3. That's pretty average. You can see Bryson, though, his team pulled a 14.7. Rob Collier pulled a 14.8. Those pit crews are just on fire tonight. So is Scott Mayhew. He pulled a 14.8. So great pit stops out of those
guys.
guys.
Have to take a little bit more fuel as well compared to those others.
That is absolutely correct, and great point to bring up there. But now the race is on. The 97, he stays on the lead lap, only 27.5 seconds behind. If you remember from our last round, when Bryson came back out on track, he was a lap down. So Chad already coming out with a better run than the 63 had, or an easier run than the 63 had. And now, not only that, but Chad is going to have so much faster of a lap time because of those new tires.
Yeah, that's a great point. By my math, I figured he'd be about 29 seconds back when he re-entered. He was actually 27, so he even bested my prediction there. So that means that's a pit stop, topping it off with fuel, getting those tires. He is definitely doing a lot better than I even predicted. So he's on a charge now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now all the 97 has to do is, I mean, he could save a little bit of tire, but it's not really going to do anything for him at the end. Right now, that 97 car, qualifying laps. That's all he has to do.
Yeah, great point. So it looks like Mayhew's on the back bumper here of Hixenbaugh. He is currently 2 laps down. Pitted just a little bit earlier with fresher tires in the 63. Should be able to get one of these laps back, get back in contention in this race. Oh, as he tried to make it to the outside, wasn't able to. Can he take him down into turn 3? It looks like Bryson's going to give him the bottom. Lots of respect there. Mayhew Jr. is going to clear and get one of his laps back. He's currently running 7th on the track right now.
So just a little bit of a tidbit here. Chad is currently a 1.5 seconds quicker than Bryson, which is like what we saw that Bryson was doing with Chad. So, I mean, at this point, if I was anybody in the field right now, I want to be the 97.
Right. I wonder if you're Bryson Hixenbaugh here, do you think you should just pit now and take your early medicine here, and that you're going to lose that deficit anyway? You think you just want to do it now and kind of get matched back up with Chad, or do you want to run this to normal strategy like you planned?
I think that's the only thing that the 63 can do right now is stick to the plan. I don't think there's
right.
I don't think there's much else that the 63 can do right now other than manufacturing a caution.
Yeah, I think also sticking to the strategy, you're going to have fresher tires a little bit later. Well, so when his tires start to go in about 10, 15 laps from now, you're going to have those fresh tires and be able to make up that ground that you lose anyway on top of the pit stop, and then try to get a late race charge at Chad.
Absolutely. Now, we're seeing Chad only 21 seconds behind. He's still eating into that lead. This is exactly what Chad wanted to happen. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think Chad's saving fuel anymore. You wouldn't think so, right? You think that he planned it out well enough to make it to the end, but he is splitting it evenly, and he was saving before, so we'll see.
He is pushing in the clutch, going into turn 3 there. Maybe he's just trying to hit that fuel number, and then at the last 10 laps or whatever, where he absolutely needs the fuel, he can use the fuel.
Yeah, that's a good point, especially considering even if Bryson was to pit now, he would still have a sizable lead over Bryson. So I believe that just sticking to what you've been doing, hitting your fuel number is probably the right strategy as well. But he's still fast, even pushing the clutch. And like we've mentioned all night, he's just got that speed. It's unreal.
And he's already catching up to the rear bumper of Rob Collier. Not rear bumper, he is 3 seconds behind him right now, but relatively pretty close considering the outcomes of this race so far.
Yeah, we missed it too. Actually, Daniel Simmons leaped Rob Collier through that last pit sequence. So that was a great job there by big Daniel Simmons to leap Collier there and put himself into a podium position.
Absolutely. Great observation. I didn't even see that. Oh, we see Daniel Simmons come down
when
pit
he comes to
road.
pit. Final pit stops have begun. Here we go. Starting off with Daniel.
So we'll see. This will be a really good indication on where Higginball might end up with Chad using Daniel as a guinea pig. So we'll see where Simmons comes out compared to Gwenigsman when he comes around the track.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Collier wasn't the first one to make that pit stop. He just got past there, and here he comes now. So a little bit different, but here he comes from third.
So now Chad in second place, only 16 seconds behind the leader. He has already come up with 11, or he's already slashed 11 seconds off of that original gap that he had to the leader. And he's just continuing to chip away. He is currently 1 second faster than Bryson per lap.
Yeah, I don't know when Bryson's going to make this final pit stop. There's no way he can make off that last stop that he made. This is interesting. How long does Bryson take this? I mean, like you said, maybe just stick with your original strategy, and maybe with those fresher tires later in the run, maybe you can run him back down. As we say that, here comes Bryson Higginball for his final pit stop here on lap 102.
So now, Chad Gwenigsman, he has put Daniel Simmons a lap down, excuse me. He is still ahead of Rob Collier. So now, what we are seeing is that Bryson Higginball is going to be 15 seconds ahead of Daniel Simmons when he comes out and completes his pit stop. You remember we were talking about using Simmons as a guinea pig, right? We're going to be seeing Higginball possibly be very close to a lap down here. He is leaving pit road right now as the 97 comes off at turn 4, crossing the start-finish line now. But the 63 has 25 seconds to overcome in 30 laps. Can he do it?
It's going to be a tough one. But if anybody can do it, it's Bryson Higginball. The fresher tires. He knows what he has in front of him. He just has to put it all down as fast as he can go for the next 30-something laps and see if he can run down that gap that Chad has, because Chad's saving, like we mentioned, and has older tires. This is going to get interesting. Can he do it?
So you can see here's the 97. We just switched to him from the 63. The 63, he's going to have to make a whole trip around this racetrack to get back to the 97 and make that pass. The 6 and the 02, excuse me, yeah, the 6 and the 02 are behind the 97, as you can see on the track map on the top right side, how far back they are. Those guys are on the alternate strategy, but those guys are a lap down. The 63 is not.
Yeah, this is kind of shaping out to be a two-car race. You see Golden up there on the lead lap, but he's on the strategy as your race leader, so he's probably going to try and make it to the end here. Maybe he can hang on to a podium spot here.
Absolutely. I mean, this could be a great opportunity for that 86 car. It looks like, though, he did lose a lot of time to the 97, the one, he was racing with. He's on the same strategy as him, but besides the point, Golden shaping up to have a very good run here.
Yeah, exactly. Running that same strategy as your race leader. So ultimately, if he does finish, stop strategy was the right strategy to imply here tonight.
And Chad was your man to do it. He is leading the race right now. Higginball cutting down that lap, or excuse me, that gap down to 22.5 seconds now. We're going to see that for a little bit. you know, Chad's running 31.6s and Bryson's running 30.1s. So we'll see how long that holds up for. You know, he's got 25 laps to do it. From the time delta that he has, Bryson Hixenbaugh is going to be there at the end.
Yeah, it's going to be very close as Chad goes through 3 right now, into 3, and Bryson's going to be going into turn 1. So he definitely is gaining rapidly. It's going to be close. I mean, doing the math in my head, he's going to have to gain a second a lap for the next 20 laps, really, if he's going to be there at the end. This is going to get wild. Watch that interval.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Bryson, he's doing it. He was a second and a half quicker that time by. He's just increasing the speed as we turn up towards the end of the race right now.
Yeah, exactly. And he doesn't have to save at all. He's in full push mode. Chad's still saving a little bit. Oh, as we see Golden Bell on the strategy, he's going to come down pit road. Maybe he doesn't think he can make it to the end.
Maybe a little bit of damage for this 86. We didn't get to see the full picture yet, but it looks like his car is pretty clean. Might just not be able to hold on to it at the moment, electing to come down pit road and just finish in the top 5. We've got Scott Mayhew down pit road too. Golden and Mayhew, they're going to be racing each other for position, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, as we see, Simmons has just gotten by Chad to move himself back onto the lap into 3rd, so he's currently occupying that podium position as Collier is now closing in behind Chad. Maybe can he run down Simmons for that podium spot tonight? As now Bryson Hixenbaugh has cut this gap down to 17 seconds. As we're coming this time by to get 21 laps to go. 22 laps to go, actually. So he doesn't even have to gain a second a lap. He can gain 3/4 of a second a lap and still be there by the end of the race. This is getting exciting. Can Bryson actually pull this off? Or can Chad's strategy pull this off? This is some great strategy racing. This is what we love to see. This is what makes racing exciting. As now Collier closes on the back of Chad. He's looking to get his lap back. Chad's going to have to just let him go. He's racing himself, racing his own strategy, his own time racing with Collier. Looks like Collier will take him on the inside going across the tri-oval. Move Collier back onto the lead lap here. Currently 4 cars on the lead lap. Gwenningschman all the way down to Collier in 4th.
Yeah, this isn't really turning out that well for Chad here. Chad, I mean, I know he's saving a little bit of fuel, but he's got to turn it up a little bit in order to continue this run that he has. I mean, he pulled a 32 flat that time by. The 63 is about to cross the start-finish line. We'll see what he pulls here and compare. Yeah, so he pulled a 31.08. So he's already a second quicker. And he's only 13.7 seconds behind. And we've got, 20 laps to go. He's going to get there. He is. The 97, he's going to have to do something here in order to get that speed back up.
That's what I was concerned about, was he was going to still have to save some fuel. He's been having to save fuel every run. I mean, he went for straight long shot strategy here, getting away from the preferred strategy. It looks like was the 3-stopper. He's going to have to pick up his pace. I just don't think he's going to be able to hold on for this win if he doesn't.
Yeah, he's got to pick up the pace. He is a solid second slower than Bryson, and we're looking at 17 to go, 16 to go. And
he's sideways.
Is he losing it? Let's go on board with him and see what he's experiencing.
Yeah, he lost a whole second right there, just in that turn 1 transition where he got sideways on the apron.
Yep, and he's still having to push in the clutch, probably to save some more fuel to the end here.
But he might be doing this intentionally, though. I mean, if you're going to save fuel, you got to save fuel the whole... Do it right at the end. So maybe he's saving it now because he knows he has that gap he can let race. I mean, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. You got to win, right? So maybe just let him eat that gap away a little bit, save some fuel, and then push it hard in the last 5 laps, which... I mean, that's when Bryson will be there with about 5 to go at this pace.
Absolutely. And you know what? That is a very valid strategy that some people do. I mean, you save all the fuel you need, and then right when the competition gets, you know, within distance, we'll say, in this case, probably within 5 to 6 seconds, that's when you turn it up. And then that's when you know you don't have to worry about fuel. You can just go ahead and push as hard as you can and try to stay ahead of the person behind you.
As Golden gets one of his laps back. So if we do get a caution, I don't want caution. That'll put Golden, the only car lap down, in free pass position there in 5th.
Yep, absolutely. I don't know if a caution would make the 63 jump for joy. You know, he has a really fast car, right? You know, if there is a caution, I guarantee everybody's going to come down pit road and take tires and fuel, and then they'll go back out on the restart. The 63 has a great chance of winning the race. As we speak, the 63 car still has a very good chance to win this race. If he can catch out, he's slowing a little bit. Hey, look, last time around, Bryson Hicksonball pulled a 31.7, 31.6 that time by, and Chad pulled a 32 flat. That's not enough.
That's not enough at all. He's got it underneath 10 seconds here, so he's got to gain a second a lap to get there. But then once you get there, you got to make the pass. Catching's one thing, passing's another.
Absolutely. That's a great point. Let's go back on board with this 97 and see if he's saving fuel. He is. He is still saving fuel, and he is running comparable lap times to the 63. Is this the nail in the coffin?
I don't know. It just makes me feel like this race is still not over yet. I might have something here, but it just doesn't look like it. I mean, I'm trying to stay optimistic for his sake. I don't see the time gaining as much as it was earlier. It's kind of leveled out here.
Let's go on board with the 63 and see what he's experiencing. Yeah, he's just full push right now.
I bet the tires have evened out now this far into a run. I don't think that those tires are that much of an advantage as they were earlier. Because now he's going to the middle of 3 and 4 while Chad's going across the line. He's got it down to 9 seconds here. He's got to gain, like I said, a second a lap, and it ain't there. He's not gaining that time.
Yeah, you know, Chad went a 10th slower that time by, but Bryson also a 10th slower that time by. He is only still 0.3 quicker per lap. I know that seems a lot for oval racing, but with the distances we're talking about, it is not enough. This is turning out to be some big news coming out of the 63 camp, with the 63 camp having the preferred pit stop strategy, but the 97 is coming out here, and he is proving everybody wrong.
I think we pretty much called it. I think he was just letting him eat that gap away, getting confident, and then he just decided to turn it up. Like you said, when it gets to the end of the race, you got to turn it up, and he just turned it up. He is not losing that much time anymore. As we're coming this time, Dega boys tend to go actually last lap, so here we go with 9 laps to go in this race.
As he still goes into turn 1, pushing in the clutch. That time by, Chad cut that down to 2.5 tenths slower than Bryson Hicksonball. So Chad maintaining, but Bryson getting slower.
I mean, he could still do it if he gains a second a lap. We're coming to get 8 to go right now, and it's at 8 seconds back. So, like I said, a second a lap, and he can get there. I just don't see it happening. It just isn't coming to fruition for him.
I mean, right now, This is a strategy call of the century for this 97 car. Just coming out, dedicated to a plan, sticking to it, and it is working out for him right now.
I mean, from lap 1 of this race, he had it planned out, saving fuel, as we mentioned. We didn't notice till lap 19, but I'm sure he was doing it the whole race, as we got 7 laps to go at the line this time, and it's 8 seconds. I don't think Bryson's going to get there.
He's got to pull more than 1 second per lap, or he's got to hope that Chad makes a mistake. That, or a caution. A caution can change this whole race and make it to where everybody has to come down pit road and get some more tires and fuel if you want to win the race. But at the moment, no caution. This race has been green flagged the whole race, and the 97's capitalizing on it.
So we got 6 laps to go this time at the line. It's still at 8 seconds. I think Chad is just going to be cruising to a victory here. I don't want to jinx it. No cautions. No craziness or last lap shenanigans. I think he's got this. Going down the back.
This has just been an absolutely phenomenal race just by the pit strategies. I mean, the 97 is now maintaining a gap to the 02. I mean, that's just crazy.
I mean, we mentioned at the top, we saw Collier have his breakthrough race, his career-defining moment there at... This is Chad's career-defining moment. The strategy game, just the absolute talent behind the wheel to make it work, the discipline that he had, the setup he brought, just playing all to his favor. Just what a race this is for Chad.
Do you think we have to worry about fuel with that 97 car, though? Do you think he pushed a little bit too hard now that he's going to have to save a little bit more coming towards the end of this race? I mean, we're looking at 4 to go, and we're not seeing a change in lap speed. But is it worth the conversation to go ahead and talk about, does the 97 car have enough fuel?
I think fuel is definitely a concern here. I think he has to. I don't think he's going to think he has this until he sees that checker flag and he's coasting across the line. I mean, that could be what it takes to get the job done.
Yeah, right now Chad is only 0.19 seconds slower than Bryson. I mean, he's going faster every lap now. I mean, he's just cutting it down, continuing to cut it down, while Bryson continually gets slower.
Yes, he's only got 2.5 laps to go. Does he have enough fuel in the tank? Is there gonna not be a caution? We haven't seen one all day long. He's just praying it goes to the end. Coming to get 2 to go this time at the line.
This is very exciting. That 97 car going against mainstream pit stop strategies and doing his own thing, and it is going... I think it's going to work out. I think he's going to have enough fuel. He's coming off of turn 2 now with 2 to go. And we're going to be seeing this 97 car taking the white flag coming off of turn 4.
Off of turn 4 here, coming to get the white, the final lap of the race here. Does he have enough fuel to make it back around? Here he comes, taking the white flag. This is the final lap of the race, brought to you by the Dega boys. Chad Gwenishman down into turn 1 for the final time. It doesn't look like he's going to falter. He's coming down the back. He could probably coast from here if he wanted to. What a strategy out of this 97 car. Fine as Sharpie fine point here through turns 3, turns 4, coming to play the fuel strategy game perfectly out of turn 4 for the final time. Chad Gwenishman will take the dub here at Chicago. First win of the season in the Rewind Series.
I'm speechless. What do you even say? What an absolutely amazing pit strategy that this 97 car had. Not only the strategy, but he executed it. He did it. He won this race.
Unreal. I mean, I can't believe it. I am still in shock. What a career-defining moment here, Chad, in this Rewind Series. This is a race you look back on, and you just know that you did everything right, put it all together, and you did it. You won, Chad. Congratulations. Burn it down, whatever fuel you got left.
Yeah, make sure you keep a little bit to get back to victory lane. Wow, just phenomenal race. Honestly, again, I'm just speechless. Awesome race.
That was an awesome race. We saw pretty much your top 4, 3 of them on one strategy. And then the guy that goes upstream, he's like a salmon going up the current. He just does the opposite of everybody else. And he did it. I can't believe it.
Well, let's go ahead here and pull up Daniel here. All right. Hey, Daniel, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, this is your debut race. You come out here, you grab the pole, which is very... don't take offense to this, but this is very uncommon of you to do, to come out here and grab pole in your debut race. But, man, you put together a phenomenal race. You're coming out here and finishing P3. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, I knew whenever qualified good right there, I was like, it's probably not going to be good. And then when we run about 5 laps, and I kind of pulled him a little bit. I was like, yeah, I should go ahead and cut this off now. But no, I was able to hang in there for a third. I just kept making big swings at it every pit stop, and finally got it okay. I mean, I still didn't have nothing for Chad or Bryson, but pretty good first race. I mean, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw there at the end, you had the opportunity to leapfrog Rob Collier there for P3, and you do, but not only do you do that, you maintain it. Bringing home your podium finish there. Tell us what it was like racing Rob Collier in these Gen 4 cars.
It was fun. Yeah, every time we pitted, I think he would kind of short pit 2 to 3 laps before I would, and I mean he would have a really big distance whenever we come back out, and it took me about 20-25 laps to run him back down. That was kind of pushing my stuff pretty hard, so I kind of made my mind up. I was like, I'm going to pit when he does right here, and then we'll kind of start out even playing field and just kind of race it out. And I figured when I ducked off, he was probably going to follow me, but he stayed out one more lap, and I think it gave me like a 2.5 second gap right there, so just kind of paced myself at the beginning, and when he seemed like he was trying to make his charge, I did too.
Well, there you have it. This is Daniel Simmons in that 6 car, a force to be reckoned with in the Gen 6 series, here with the Nexus leagues that Steven gets to put on. But Daniel, tell us, who do you have to thank for your podium finish tonight?
I mean, me and Jamie was able to hop on and work, like I say, for about 30 minutes on the setup today. So I don't know if I need to thank him or kill him for bailing on me and giving me this setup. But like I say, I gotta thank him, man, for jumping on and at least trying to come up with something real quick. Hate he didn't get to run it, but it was fun. Maybe we can have a free weekend and be able to jump on and do a couple more of these with you guys.
Absolutely. Well, we would love to have you guys coming out here and racing with us on Friday nights. Thank you for that on-track action you gave us, something to talk about. It was a fantastic race. We thoroughly enjoyed broadcasting it to everybody out there. And Daniel, we hope to see you in the next one.
All right, man. Thank y'all.
You betcha. That was Daniel Simmons. He finished P3 tonight. Let's go ahead and bring up Bryson Hixenbaugh. He is your P2 finisher tonight.
Hey, Bryson, this is Jay and Thomas up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, that was a fantastic race you ran there to get a P2. With the 3-stop strategy compared to that 2-stop strategy of Chad, what more could you have done there at the end to maybe run him down or maybe change your strategy to get the dub here tonight?
There wasn't a whole lot more I could have done. By the time I realized that he was going to make it to do a 2-stop strategy, it was already way too late. That first run, I went all out. I ran the top, trying to rubber it in for the end of the race, just in case we had battles and we needed to run the top up there. Wanted to make sure there was rubber that you could run up there and it would be fast. And it killed my fuel mileage. When I pit on lap 41, I was out of fuel. And Chad went 3 more laps, and that was what he needed to do to get the 2-stop working. And after that, it was just send it as hard as possible and see if I could catch him.
Well, you ran a fantastic race nonetheless. I mean, just always doing so well here in the Nexus Rewind series. Definitely one to watch for the win. Definitely every week great performance. Another great one here tonight. Who do you have to thank for just an awesome race tonight?
Yeah, and, shout out to my sponsor, Hugger Oranges, from the EA NASCAR games, one of the fake sponsors there. It's fun to recreate those, and I've got a bunch of other sponsors to use this year.
Well, you did a fantastic job. We enjoyed calling this race. We were just on the edge of our seat there at the end, watching you try to run down Chad for the win. Come home, P2 tonight. Your points leader here in the Rewind series, Bryson Hicksonbaugh. Good job again, and we cannot wait to see you in the next one.
Thank you. See you guys next week.
See you, Bryson.
Bet.
All right, that was Bryson, your P2 finisher. And let's go ahead and bring up Chad here into the broadcast booth. Hey, Chad, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got yes.
Chad, unbelievable what you just did. Jay and I, we were talking about it the whole race, the type of strategy that you put into this race. We didn't think you were going to be able to pull it off there at the end until, 15 laps to go when you started leveling off with Bryson on lap times. I mean, just absolutely unbelievable pit stop strategy you had. You got to tell us about, the strategy you had, what was going through your head, not only in the first run, but in the second and third run as well, trying to hold off Bryson, trying to stick to that strategy. And I know this is a loaded question, but I think you can answer it.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was definitely an interesting race. I think the way it started, I knew that if you didn't save, you could kind of go 40 to 41, I'd say pretty comfortably, maybe even 42. And being that it was a 134 lap race, I knew that if you go 2 extra to at least 44, 45, that you could probably 2-stop it. So I think that first run, I was saving and I was still reeling Bryson in there a little bit. I think I reeled him in and he let me by at one point, and then I was still saving. I don't know if he was saving too at the point he left me by or not, but I just kept saving and let him back by when he looked like he picked up the pace a little bit. And then basically, I think had I 3-stopped like everybody else, I think it definitely would have been close to me and Bryson, but I felt like I had a really good car as far as I know. I think it might have been the best, but I just know on the timesheet, doing the math after that first run where fall off was, that 2-stop would be a lot quicker. And even coming on pit road, I think the first time I drifted, I thought I was going to bring out the caution. I was so sideways. And then second one, I took it really conservative. I mean, I felt pretty good after that first run, that saving and with the amount of fall off that there was. And then you kind of plateaued. That just kind of the time would work out for that be the dominant strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I can agree. I think the performance that you put on, even trying to save fuel, you were pulling faster lap times than Bryson, than Daniel, than Rob. I mean, your car was just on absolute rails tonight. Whatever you did to that setup was, you hit it to the T. There was nothing stopping that 97 winning this race tonight. Jay, do you have any questions for him?
Just what a performance. I'm still in shock. Did you ever think about bailing on the 2-stop there? Or were you just full committed? We didn't notice you saved gas until lap 19, but it sounds like you were saving the whole race.
Yeah, I guess where I think it helped me to save more was, I noticed that you could kind of clutch with how little drag these cars have. You didn't really lose speed. Once you revved out so high, you kind of lost all acceleration of the straightaways, and then clutching, you could really just clutch and go the same speed you would being full throttle here, and then I'd kind of just back it up maybe 100 feet earlier, clutching from where I just let off normally. So then it just it rolled to the center a lot better, just with the rear axle just have more freedom. And then, the only time I thought about bailing was, I think that first run, like I said, you needed to go if you went 44 three times, you're going to be 1 lap short. And that first one, I only made it 44. So the only time I really thought about bailing was the middle of that second run if I couldn't go at least 45. And I think those last 2 runs, I went 45 and 45, maybe even 46, one of them. So, I mean, really, that was a strategy that I pretty much decided on. I'd say 15 or 20 lap. I kind of thought about before the race, but decided on that I was going to do it on lap 15 or 20 or so. And then from there, it was pretty much commit to it. And worst case, if there's a caution, I think the farthest I dropped back doing that strategy was 4th, maybe, just with the low car count tonight, which was kind of a shame. But yeah, just kind of felt like that was the way to go, and it ended up working out with the way no cautions felt the wrong times, and then going green to the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just a stellar performance. Putting this 97 car back in victory lane in that iconic Sharpie paint scheme that you have. I assume you're a fellow Kurt Busch fan.
Yep, definitely. That was my
Woo!
favorite driver
Let's
growing
go!
Up, so
That's what I'm
definitely
talking about.
Good to be able to rep the 97 in a car true to that time.
Heck yeah, man. I'm digging it. I'm loving it. Chad Gwenigsman, your P1 finisher for tonight. Chad, do you have anybody to thank?
Just want to thank you guys and thank Steam for putting on the league.
Absolutely. It is our pleasure, Chad. We love coming out here and broadcasting any league that Steven puts on and any race that you're in. And we truly appreciate you coming out and giving us something to talk about. We
Yep,
sure,
yes.
yeah, absolutely. We sure to hope to see you in the next one.
Yep, definitely be around.
All right. That was Chad Gwenigsman, your P1 finisher for tonight. Jay, tell us what you thought about this race tonight.
This was the most old school NASCAR style race we could have ever asked for. This was like a This is why it's the Rewind series. This was like a throwback to the early to mid 2000s without the stage racing. Just good old throw the green and just whoever strategy plays out. And that's what happened. The 2-stop here with Chad being so disciplined and working this strategy over outlasted the majority of the field on the 3-stop to get the dub, and with fuel to spare for the burnout, just an incredible career-defining drive here by Chad Gwenigsman tonight. Awesome race.
Yep, absolutely. I agree 100% with all of those statements. The 97 just coming out here and making a statement. I am in this series and I want to win. I want to win the championship. The 97, it's just an unbelievable race he held. All the circumstances went right for this 97 car tonight. He drove a absolutely clean, phenomenal race to put himself in position to win this race with the correct pit stop strategy. With that being said, we here at Dega Boys Broadcasting surely appreciate everybody who comes out and watches our streams. We see you guys in the chat. We appreciate you guys taking that time to come down here and chat with us pre-race, mid-race, end of the race. We love it, man. It's great to see people who love to come out and watch our stuff, but not only love to watch our stuff, but to interact with us. Jay and I, we started this channel in March, and we've had big plans since then. We've seen this channel grow very fast in a very short amount of time. We've got a lot of stuff on our channel, ranging from stuff from our podcasts, videos from our podcasts, and our broadcasting that we do. We just want to stop for a second and just really tell you guys thank you. We hit that 100 subscriber mark, and it really means a lot to Jay and I. Jay puts a lot of time into this channel, and it's we got a lot of people behind the scenes as well. They put a lot of time in. The 100 subscriber mark was something that we didn't even see in our radar within 4 months, let alone, we didn't see within a year, let alone the 4 months we've been out here. So, again, thank you guys so much for the support. It means so much to us. Just remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We truly appreciate everybody who comes out here and does that, watches our videos as well. We see you guys. We see you guys everywhere. So just continue to do what you guys are doing. We truly, truly appreciate it. With that being said, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. We appreciate you guys coming out here tonight, and we thank you. All right.
Showtime!